Ugh, I can't believe she gave us so much homework. There are like 1,000 terms on this list. Are you gonna do this all tonight? We better do it tonight. Get on the internet.
Well, that's not good. How are we going to get our homework done?
Let's call Charlie. He always knows how to do the homework the best. Hey, Charlie? Did you do the English homework? Yeah, the one with the literary devices where you have to go online. My parents didn't pay the internet bill again. I know. What do you mean just do the scavenger hunt version? Why would she make a scavenger hunt version? Okay.
Coordinates say it should be around here somewhere. There it is.
Allusion. An allusion is a figure of speech whereby the author refers to a subject matter, such as a place, event, or literary work, by way of a passing reference. It is up to the reader to make a connection on the subject being mentioned. An example of this is in Mean Girls. There are several allusions in Mean Girls, but the one that comes to mind is the allusion to the Julius Caesar play. They're reading it in English, and one of the Mean Girls is very upset, and she says, we should just kill Caesar. And that's because they're reading Julius Caesar in English, and Julius Caesar has sort of a connection to Mean Girls because Julius Caesar was kind of a dictator, and so was the main Mean Girl.
Here it is.
Archetype. An archetype is a reference to a concept, a person, or an object that has served as a prototype of its kind and is the original idea that has come to be used over and over again. Archetypes are literary devices that employ the use of a famous concept, person, or object to convey a wealth of meaning. Archetypes are immediately identifiable, and even though they run the risk of being overused, they are still the best examples of their kind. In Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Draco Malfoy is the archetype of a bully. We know from the beginning he's a bully from the first time we see him in the robe shop. He has lackeys just like a bully does, and he's obviously Harry's opposite at school. He's the archetype of a bully. Characterization. Characterization in literature refers to the step-by-step process where an author introduces, then describes a character. The character can be described by the author indirectly through action, through speech of the character. An example of this is in About a Boy, where we get to know Hugh Grant's character through the way that he interacts with the world and the way that he is obviously a recluse and has no meaningful relationships. Conflict is a literary device used for expressing a resistance the protagonist of the story finds in achieving his aims or dreams. The conflict is a discord that can have external aggressors or can even arise from within the self. It can occur when the subject is battling his inner discord at odds with his surroundings or may be pitted against others in the story. An example of this would be in Hairspray. Tracy finds conflict because she wants to be able to dance on TV, and so do her friends who are African American, and society does not find them acceptable to be people dancing on TV. Obviously, she overcomes, or else it wouldn't be a very good musical. Deus Ex Machina. Deus Ex Machina is a rather debatable and often criticized form of literary device. It refers to the incidents where an implausible concept or character is brought into the story in order to make the conflict in the story resolve and to bring about a pleasing solution. The use of Deus Ex Machina is not recommended, as it is seen to be the mark of poor plot that the writer needs to resort to random, insupportable, and unbelievable twists and turns to reach the end of the story. A good example of this is in The Princess Bride. Although I love The Princess Bride, there are several parts that are very improbable and clearly just added to the plot so that Wesley comes out the victor in the end. For example, the miracle worker Max, who can bring Wesley back to life because he's only almost dead, not all dead. Or the fact that Andre the Giant's character just happens to have a wheelbarrow and a cloak. Flashback. A flashback is a literary device wherein the author depicts the occurrence of specific events to the reader which have taken place before the present time the narration is following, or events that have happened before the events that are currently unfolding in the story. A great example of this is in the novel Holes. The story of Kissing Kate Bartlett is happening before current time. In current time, we're hearing about Stanley and his time at camp. Kissing Kate is related to his story, but we hear about it through flashbacks. Here it is. Foil. A foil is another character in a story who contrasts with the main character, usually to highlight one of their attributes. The wizard Gandalf the Grey is one of the main characters in Lord of the Rings, and Saruman can act as his foil because while Gandalf is a good wizard, Saruman is obviously a bad wizard. We can see examples of metaphors in most of the books we read, and most of the movies we watch. In Beauty and the Beast, the rose that is given to the beast by the enchantress can be seen as a metaphor for the beast's youth, or his inner beauty, or his freedom. While in Lord of the Rings, the One Ring of Power can be seen as a metaphor for original sin and everything that's evil in the world. Good luck with the rest of your literary device hunting.